Hello, beautiful person, beautiful world. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. Why did I say that? With it being the month of February, I want to focus mostly on like just self-love and Black history. I kind of have a video that I'm planning. It might not be out until the beginning of March because it's something new that I'm working on. So we're gonna see how long that takes. I'm just kind of giving myself the grace to work on it as long as it takes, just so it's up to my personal standards. But this video, I want to focus on just self-love and how I'm cultivating self-love for myself. So last week on Valentine's Day weekend, I went on like a little self-care day. I went to this sauna and got like a massage and a little mani-pedi, and I had like a really nice time, just like a self-care day. I was pretty much out that entire day. I just want to be really present for that experience because, I mean, if we're talking about self-love, I feel like a big part of self-love is being present for yourself and things that you're doing to enjoy more of life. And when I realized what it looks like when I'm just simply enjoying life and being, I realized like a lot of it is centered on me just being Pat and just being the silly, goofy, chill version of myself without focusing on like how's that being perceived by other people, or if they're thinking something's off or wrong with me because I'm just chilling and being goofy, which a lot of times that is how my personality comes off, or either my personality comes off really dry. But accepting all those aspects of my personality, I feel like is very imperative when it comes to just being present and invoking that sense of self-love within yourself. Another big part of just cultivating that sense of self-love, I realize, is coming from just like not feeling like I need to do all these things, hit all these certain signifiers or road marks that are like signifying that I am successful and that I'm at a good place in life. Because a lot of those things are, again, are ego driven and they're focused on just like labels and titles that you're attaching to yourself instead of just being and existing. But yeah, a big part of like just embracing who I'm becoming is just realizing that I'm not the version of Pat who was always focused on just like getting a million degrees and trying to make a certain amount of money by a certain age, or like just living a certain standardized like visual of like my life, like the basically the American dream that we all kind of like want to live, and just realizing that I'm more than just that version of myself and that I'm a full person even without whatever a certain job is. Because for a long time I was like, I'm going to be an attorney, I'm going to help a lot of people, but I'm also going to make a lot of money and I'm going to be happy in life. But after the accident, I kind of realized that life is more than just those things, especially for me. Like, I want to live life fully. I want to experience new things with the people I love and care about and just live a full life. I don't want to just be like working a 9 to 5 forever and paying bills and that's all there is for my life to offer. I want to live beyond that. And for a long time in my life, I was always like the main hard worker, provider, always trying to like do this, be this certain person for my friends and my family. But I had to realize that I have to show up for myself first. And I like of course, like I have like a lot of goals that I want to meet and like strive for, but life is, again, more than just those things. And I want to live a full life, happy life with the people I love and care about. And that's like the main thing for me right now in this chapter of who I'm becoming in this new version of Pat. Another thing that this chapter of life is teaching me is how to prioritize myself. Because for a long time, I've always put like my family and my friends before myself because, again, I like to be that person for other people because I know how it feels to be kind of feeling neglected. And that sense of like wanting to provide for the people around me has allowed me to neglect myself. And just simple things like not always being completely present because I'm always worried about like what's going to happen next or how can I provide for everybody around me, and just doing all these other things for everybody else kind of takes away from the things I can do for myself. And so I had to kind of get to a point where it's like, if I'm not doing the things for myself, I can't expect to do them for other people. Because if I am, then I'm just neglecting myself and I'm not really like fully enjoying or living life to the fullest. So that's something I've really been trying to like grapple with and not allow it to cause me to feel like I'm a terrible person in everybody else's life because I'm putting myself first. Just because you're putting yourself first doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It doesn't mean something's wrong with you. You're not a villain. You're just prioritizing yourself. And that's a key to living a full and happy life. But yeah, I definitely see that how my upbringing has affected like my mindset about a lot of things. Like, of course, I've always been very goal oriented and I have all these like certain things I want to achieve and accomplish in life. But a lot of it also comes down to like, are those things going to make you fully happy in the end? And is it worth putting everybody else's happiness before your own happiness because you're so focused on trying to provide for everybody else when a certain point in life is going to become a time when it's like, okay, that's great and all, but who's going to do that for you? And the only correct answer I had to start to realize was myself. There are a lot of things in life I want done a certain way or I like want to experience in a certain way. And the only way I can like really fully enjoy those experiences is for me to make them come to fruition myself. And of course, like there's like prayer and manifesting, and that's great. Like I believe in the power of prayer and all of that. Like I'm very faithful. I'm very focused on prayer life, but especially in this chapter. But also, you get like prayer without works is dead. So you got to put some kind of action or emotion behind it to get things to come to fruition. And I can definitely see how, like, especially after my accident, that I became like I started to like notice like there are certain things that other people are of course not going to understand about my experience and my existence, like just how I move throughout the world because I do have a lot of trauma from that experience. And I have to realize like too, again, in order for me to fully make myself feel comfortable, I have to start doing more things for myself in order to feel that sense of comfort because I can't expect other people to provide that comfort for me because other people aren't going to understand my experience. And that's okay. But in order for me to be comfortable in life, I have to put myself first and do these certain things for myself in order to create that sense of comfort around me at all times. Because I have to do those things for myself before I'm able to do them for anybody else. Right? And I have to keep that in mind because if I don't, then I fall back into the pattern of doing all these things for everybody else without doing anything that's necessary for me. And another aspect of that is just like not allowing fear to rule my life. Because for a long time, I would always allow the trauma from that experience to catastrophize everything I'm going through and like how I'm like moving through the world. And a big part of like breaking out of that was just seeing that life is way bigger than just one small incident. Like that accident, sure, it was like months of my life of recovery and like it altered the way I moved throughout the world, but also in the same sense, like I gained so much from it. And just focusing on like the bigger picture and the positive things in life allow me to shift that perspective and not just focus on the negative and how bad things could be for me. And just seeing that like God's carried me through and God's continuing to carry me through and things are going to continue working out for me. I might not know how, but it's going to. Some way, somehow, things are going to work out. And if it comes down to me having to figure out what that looks like, then that's just what it is. That's just part of me cultivating more self-love for myself. And although my life looks different, like I've been through a lot, but I'm still Pat. And just because things have changed doesn't mean that I am not still who I am at my core and who I've always been, which is just like the fun, kind of weird, kind of eclectic person. I feel like that's just my vibe. But again, that's me looking at myself. But I do just love like all the cute, weird, nerdy aspects of myself because that's just who I am in my own totality. And yeah, like as I'm moving forward in this chapter of life, I'm just focusing on creating more ease for myself and just focusing on the things that feed me and don't drain me or cause like confusion or uncertainty in my life. So some of those things are just like things like reading. I would like to read like 4 or 5 books at the same time. And that's, I get enjoyment out of that. Playing Pokemon is another thing I really enjoy doing just because like it kind of roots me in my childhood and it's like it's just a happy place for me. I feel at ease when I'm playing Pokemon. That's my thing. Um, what else? Working out recently has been like a really big thing for me. Like for the past year, I've been working out pretty consistently, and of course, I'm loving the results. But even beyond that, like it just makes me feel good. I know I get like a lot of endorphins and dopamine from like getting that movement in my day. Prioritizing my sobriety has been a very major step in cultivating self-love because of course I feel like it's important to treat our bodies like a temple, and you can't do that if you're drinking or high all the time. And the only way you really can do that is by focusing on like what you're putting in your body and making sure that you're treating it right all the time. Another big thing like for that is just self-care. Like again, you're treating it like a temple, so you need to clean it, you need to do all the things. So like doing my little Sunday face mask, that's something I really do enjoy, and it makes me feel happy and at ease. Meditation is another thing. Like I said, on Valentine's Day last weekend, I had like a little self-care weekend. I went and got like a haircut, went to the sauna, got a mani-pedi, got a massage. That was a really enjoyable day for me. And just like things like that, like it's like, okay, sure, I'm having to spend a little extra money, but it's worth it if it makes you happy. Another thing is definitely yoga. Like, I feel like this kind of goes with the meditation and working out, but like, just like the mindful movement just brings me so much fulfillment out of my day on the days that I do it. And even tomorrow, like me and my best friend are going to like there's like immersive yoga class. I'm really excited for it because I think it's like space themed. I don't know what it's gonna be like, but I'm looking forward to that. So just like little activities that are kind of, again, feeding you. They're giving you what you need in order to keep going in life. And like they're kind of giving you like little things to look forward to and just cultivating the things that you enjoy. Continue to pour into the things that you enjoy in life. And again, if it's something you enjoy, like it might cost a little money, but if it's making you happy, who cares? Another thing recently has been like spending more time in nature. I've been going like, on a lot of walks and just trying to like make sure I'm like not only working out, but also like spend time outside in nature and getting like workouts outside. I want to start doing like yoga outside as well, like once it warms up, but it's gonna be a little minute for that because I mean, there are warm days, so we're in Georgia, but it's not super warm yet. So we're getting there. But another thing that I've been enjoying recently is getting back into writing and prioritizing the time to get back into writing. Because for like a lot of the past few years, I've been like, oh, I don't have time to do that because I have all these other things I need to do first. And while that is true, writing is something that I enjoy, and if I enjoy it that much, I need to make time for it. I can't just be like, oh, I enjoy writing, but I don't do it. So how much do you really enjoy it? Watching reality TV with my friends and family, like especially even by myself, honestly, just watching reality TV in any capacity, watching that, YouTube, a little anime for like the nerdy vibe, reading a little manga, reading anything, honestly, always gets me going. And just spending more time alone intentionally, because like for a while I would always feel lonely if I was alone, but now I've gotten to a point where I do find like enjoyment in my solitude. So I have like little solo days where I just go out in the city and do whatever I'm feeling that day. It might just be something simple like going to grab some food and coming back home, or going on a walk to a park and coming back. Simple like little things like that. Like it's like not a big heavy lift, but it's something that's making me happy and bringing me some like fulfillment out of my days. So just things like that, and just like finding ways to romanticize our lives, because it's easy to become like jaded by the mundane everyday tasks that we do, but this is the only life we have, and so we need to live it to the fullest and like really enjoy every aspect of it. Again, even the negative things, because a lot of times in negative situations, there's something you can pull and learn from those things. But yeah, all of these things are just ways I'm learning to cultivate self-love and prioritize self-love in this chapter of my life. Cultivating self-love is a constant practice, and it's really and just acknowledging what makes us happy and what makes us feel more fulfilled in life. So if it's something like, for me, reading 5 books, do that. If it's writing or taking a workout class, do that. if it's going to a bar with 5 of your friends and having a nice time, meeting somebody and going on a date at some point, do that. I mean, not for me because sobriety, but do what makes you happy and do what fulfills you in life, because only you really know that. And of course, like, you can't allow you want to be this person for everybody else to take away from your own sense of love and self-care and all the things that you deserve in life, because who's going to do it for you if not yourself? Yeah, as I close out this video, I just want to say, like, think about how you're cultivating self-love in your own life, and if you're not, then how can you? But yeah, until next time.